All right, number one, convert to an improper fraction. The hints say get mad, multiply, add, and divide. So 12 times 4 is 48, plus 3 would give us 51, and keep the denominator the same. Number two, convert a mixed number. The hint says divide and read like a clock. 43 divided by 4. So that will be equal to 10 as our whole number. 3 will be your numerator, and the denominator will stay the same. All right, 3 and 2/3 times a fourth. We gotta change the 3 and 2/3 to an improper fraction. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So we have 11/3 times 1/4. And then we multiply like normal, across numerators and across denominators. 11 times 1 is 11. 3 times 4 is 12. And they have nothing in common. All right, divide fractions. Once again, change both to improper fractions. 3 and 2/3, we already know is 11/3. All right, so for 1/4, 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 5/4. All right, divide fractions. We keep the first fraction, change the division and multiplication, and then take the reciprocal of the second fraction, or flip it. All right, now we multiply like normal, spread across. 11 times 4 would be 44. 3 times 5 would be 15. Now, with that being an improper fraction, we would need to simplify it. So divide it out. 2 would give us 30. Subtract, we get 14. So we get a whole number of 2. 14 is our numerator, and that denominator remains the same as 15. All right, number 5, write the fraction as a decimal. Told us to divide. Oh, that would be 12 divided by 25. We know we can't do that, so go ahead and add a decimal and a 0. All right, with 25s, I like to think of quarters. I know 4 quarters is $1. So 4 to get 100, or $1. Subtract, we get 20. Still not enough for 25. Add a 0, bring it down. So now we got 200. Or in other words, $2 divided by 25 cents will give us 8. So 12/25 would be equal to 0.48. All right, number 6 says solve for the missing number. I always look for those that we do know. So that could be the first one, the third one, or the fourth one. Seeing that they become big numbers, look at the first one. We can easily see that 6 times 3 would give us 18. So we would do 12 times 3, which would give us 36. Now let's find an equivalent fraction. All right, number 7 says order from least to greatest. With decimals, you can always line up at your decimal. 0.2. 3 is a whole number, so it will go in front of a decimal. 0, 0.25, and 0.8. All right, they see from greatest to least, so that means largest to smallest. Looking in the first column, we will see 3 is the largest. Go ahead and fill in those missing zeros. Looking in the second column, we will see 8. 0.8. We didn't see 2 2s, but look at the next column, we see a 5. So 0.25 would be next. Then 0.2. And finally 0. Type that in. String 0.8, 0.25, 0.2, and then finally 0. Okay. All right, number 8. Which is the better buy? Told us to divide $3.20 for 2 apples, $6.40 for 8 apples. All right, $3.20 for 2. 1, bring it down. 12 would be 6. So that would be $1.60 for 1. All right, divide that out 640 by 8. And you might know that 8 times 8 is 64. Anything 0 divided by anything is itself. So 80 cents for 1. All right, and based on that, we'll see the better buy is the one that's the cheapest, which would be the $6.40 for 8. Mhm. 24.3 times 5.2. Multiplying decimals. Line up according to place value. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Cross out, placeholder. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 1, 21. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2, 12. Add up 6, 13, 6, 2, 1. The last thing to remember about multiplying is to remember that you have to count your places after the decimal. We got 1 and 1, which makes 2. So we need 2 digits after the decimal. So our answer will be 126.36. All right, number 2, 115 divided by 20. You may recall that 5 times 20 is 100. That will be 5, remainder 15. All right, number 3, multiplying fractions. First change to an improper fraction. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2, 12. 12 fifths times 5 sevenths. Multiply like normal. 12 times 5 is 60. 5 times 7 is 35. That's improper, so we would divide it out. Clearly, we can only get 135 out of that. Subtract, and we will get 25. So our answer will be 1 whole. The remainder is our numerator. and the denominator will remain the same. All right, 6 divided by 1 1/3. 6 is a whole number, write it over 1. Change the improper fraction to a mixed number. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Keep the first fraction. Chain of multiplication. Take the reciprocal of our second fraction. Then multiply. 6 times 3, 18. 1 times 4 is 4. It's improper, so divide it out. 4 times 4 is 16. 2. 4 is a whole number. 2/4. And you may know that 2/4 is the same as 1/2. If she expects you to simplify, if not, you can go with the 4 and 2/4. Okay, number 5, write the fraction in simplest form and say find the GCF. All right, so we list our factors of 24 and 30. 24, 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Maybe it. 30. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6, and 6. Find what they have in common. 1, 2, 3, 6. All right, look like that's 6. So 6 would be our GCF. So we would divide our numerator by 6, and then we would divide our denominator by 6. And if you list your factors like we did, we could see that 4 times 6 was 24, and 5 times 6 was 30. So the simplified fraction would be 4/5. All right, number 6 said write an equivalent fraction. All right, we look at that. We can divide 48 by 6, and that'll give us 8. So we'll need to do the same for the numerator. And 36 divided by 6 is 6. All right, 7. Find the correct prime factorization of 175. All right. I mean, you gotta know exponents. So 2 squared would be 2 times 2, which is 4. So we can check 4 times 5, which will give us 20, and then 20 times 7. With that ending in 0, we know A would not be the answer. Looking at B, 5 times 5 would be 25. 20 times 2 would be 50. That would be 50 times 7. Once again, it ends in 0, so we know that would not be the answer. See, we got 5 to the 5th, which would be 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. We know 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125. So clearly, this would be too much. So we'll check out D to be safe. 5 times 5 is 25, and then that'll be 25 times 7. So the correct answer would be D. All right, 8, solve for the missing number. As always, try to find a pattern. So let's see. Is there a known pattern? Like time 4, Took away 12. Let's see, 12 plus what is 48? 36. Let's try that over. So 12 plus 36 is 48. So 48 goes here, and 36 went in this box. So 17 plus 51 is 68, and 51 went in that box. Okay, so they keep that. 36. Let's see. 36 plus 24 is 60. Just again, it's weird. It could work, but it won't tell us how we got that missing. All right, so 12 times 4 is 48. 17 times 4 is 60. 48 minus 12 is 36. And 68 minus 17 is 51. Thirty-six plus 24 will give us 60. So we gonna do the same up top. So 24 plus 17 will give us 41 for the missing number.